Invoke my constitutional amendment rights as well as my civil and civil rights.
What happens when a defendant claims they're being threatened by the courtroom itself? Buckle up, because we're about to witness one of the most bizarre courtroom confrontations you'll ever see. We've got a defendant invoking constitutional rights, accusing Harris County of hate crimes, and a judge who's about to drop some serious life wisdom. This isn't just a trespassing case. It's a masterclass in what not to do in court. By the end of this video, you'll understand why sometimes the biggest enemy in the courtroom is yourself. Let's dive in.
Computer remains silent. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Is there a problem?
Honestly feel threatened by this courtroom.
Hold up. Did she just say she feels threatened by the courtroom? This is a massive red flag moment. When defendants claim they feel unsafe in court, judges have to balance maintaining order with respecting legitimate concerns. But notice how quickly the judge shuts this down. This is not a circus. He's establishing control while reminding her of her bond conditions. Here's the thing. Bond conditions aren't suggestions. They're requirements. Violating them can land you right back in jail. And when she asks about self-representation, the judge's response is legendary, comparing it to performing open-heart surgery on yourself. That's judicial shade at its finest.
And this is not the circus.
I'm
This is not a
I'm
playroom. This is a court.
I'm
And
very coherent and competent.
no one says you were incompetent, but you have bond conditions that you're supposed to live up to. And we've given you so much as we've also given you a lawyer, and you're supposed to treat everyone here with respect. And when you don't, there's serious consequences.
But is there a thing for self-representation? I know that is a third option as well.
Of course you can represent yourself. You can do open heart surgery on yourself too.
Well, I ask for fair representation in a speedy trial.
No one here does anything to hurt anyone. The only thing that we're concerned about here is public safety and that everybody gets treated fairly and with respect. That includes
Life and safety against Harris County.
I don't know what to tell you about there, but you need to take that with whoever you feel threatened by. But
Harris County.
here, we need to protect everybody in Harris County.
Me and my children.
We've given you a lawyer. I want you to treat him with respect. And I want you to treat our clerks with respect, our bailiffs, and us. I'm not asking for much. The only condition I put on you now is to not go back to the location where you were allegedly trespassed from.
Okay, now we're getting to the meat of the case. She's been trespassed from the Houston Housing Authority. But here's where it gets complicated. She claims she has housing assistance through them that doesn't terminate until the 30th. Think about this. She's arguing she has a right to be there because of her housing contract. But trespassing law doesn't work that way. Even if you have business somewhere, if they tell you to leave and you don't, that's criminal trespass. The judge is trying to explain this, but watch how she keeps deflecting. She's got emails, documentation, contract numbers, but none of that matters if you've been legally trespassed. This is a textbook example of someone confusing civil rights with criminal law.
From. They don't want you there. So that's why I'm telling you, now don't go back. That's the only condition that we have.
In regards to my housing, which is my documentation right here, that should be submitted into my file. My stuff is supposed to be terminated on the 30th of this month, which I had probable cause to actually go and speak with Gary Baxter in regards to my housing contract. I also emailed informal hearing before November the 1st and haven't got a response back. So I had every reason to be at Houston Housing Authority.
You may have had a right to be there, but at some point they're well within their right to say, look, we don't want you here anymore. You are creating a disturbance, so we would like you to leave.
Can y'all subpoena the cameras?
You can do whatever you want. You're going from here to here to here to here to here. Listen to what I'm saying and focus on this in the now. Don't start thinking of something in the future or something because you're not listening to what's happening now. You may have had a right to be there, but at some point you lost that because of the way you may have treated everyone, and then they didn't want you there anymore.
I'd like to file a hate crime against Harris County.
Wait,
The city of-
what? Did she just try to file a hate crime against an entire county in the middle of her own hearing? This is where things go completely off the rails. Hate crimes have specific legal definitions. They're crimes motivated by prejudice against race, religion, sexual orientation, or other protected characteristics. You can't just throw around hate crime because you're unhappy with how you're being treated. The judge's patience is clearly being tested here, but watch how he maintains his composure. This is a masterclass in judicial restraint. Meanwhile, the defendant is demonstrating exactly why the housing authority probably doesn't want her there anymore.
The city of Houston.
Okay. You hear what I just said?
Hmm?
What did I just say?
Oh, I can't go back to 2640 Fountain View Drive in regards to it being my property, but have an actual,
I believe so. It's the Houston Housing.
yeah, the
Authority.
Houston Housing Authority have an actual
Now,
reasons to be
that's
there.
not to say you may send them an email. You could send them a fax. I don't know if that would include calling. As far as trespassing is concerned,
I can look into it, Judge. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was wrongfully
they can
evicted.
have an issue if she calls over there. That I don't know.
Wrongfully
The notice here
terminated.
that is kind of the subject of this incident does give her multiple options: email, mail, fax, phone. And she did send those emails. She was,
I don't know now with them telling her they don't want her back. How does
well,
that play
if
into?
they haven't asked for a no contact order and there's no specific person, I would say.
Exactly.
Because she
No response back from my
she still has
emails.
not been, she lives in, she has housing assistance through the Houston Housing Authority, Judge. And it says her assistance will be terminated on the 30th. So I mean, this is where she lives of this month. So she's still got a couple more days to try to resolve whether she's gets to continue, having housing assistance.
The only other thing, it's what's your last name again?
Simmons-Irvin, Ervin.
You're very passive aggressive in the way you come off.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm a victim of Harris County.
That may be
And so are my children screaming.
right. But in life, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar.
This
And
is
when
the
you go to
moment that turns us from just another courtroom video into something profound. The judge drops some serious wisdom here. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar. Then he shares a personal story about getting pulled over. He's not just lecturing. He's trying to teach her a survival skill. Notice how he admits he was probably right about the stop sign, but he chose to apologize anyway and avoided tickets. This isn't about being weak. It's about being smart. In the legal system, your attitude can literally be the difference between freedom and jail time. The defendant's response? She claims it's reverse psychology and that they're trying to provoke her. She's so deep in victim mentality that she can't recognize genuine advice when it's handed to her on a silver platter.
And when you go to these people and you act in such a manner that they think you may be threatening them, you're not going to get far.
It's
Listen,
retaliation.
are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, sometimes if you tuck your tail, you may get a lot more in life. I'll give you an example. I got pulled over months ago. I know I was in the right, but the officer came up and he goes, "Why did you stop? Why didn't you stop at that stop sign?" I know I stopped. May have been for a second or two. I told the officer, "Listen, Simmons," I told the officer, "Look, I'm sorry. It was an accident. I'm an idiot." He let me go. If I would have said to him, you a-hole, you're wrong. I didn't stop. I did what I was supposed to do." What do you think he would have done? He would have probably given me 5 tickets. But because I said, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. It was stupid for me to do that.
Well, when you're facing reverse psychology
You get more with honey.
and they try to provoke you,
So what? Who cares? Be the bigger person. You're still going to get more. That's life. That's maturity. And when you when you tuck your tail, sometimes you get so much more, even if you're in the right and they're in the wrong. Who gives a shit? Sometimes that's what you have to do.
I also understand the indirect language it is in the Harris County Handbook dated 2021. And anybody that threatens and harass me in it, I have every right to press charges.
Did you just hear anything that I just said?
I did. I understand. I won't be there, but I know that I had every right to be. So if I'm forced out on the
You
streets,
don't have every right to
it'd be
be.
because of the government.
Don't have every. I am telling you now, and I'm ordering you not to go back to this place.
I'm not going
The
there.
tension is palpable now. She keeps insisting she has every right, while the judge is literally ordering her not to return. This is a critical legal moment. When a judge gives you a direct order as a bond condition, violating it isn't just wrong, it's a new criminal charge. But watch what happens next. She starts throwing around terms like forced out on the streets, violation of constitutional rights, and even mentions attempted murder by Harris County. These aren't legal arguments. They're the desperate claims of someone who's lost touch with reality. She's creating a victim narrative so elaborate that she can't see she's talking herself into deeper trouble. Question for you viewers. Do you think she genuinely believes she's being persecuted, or is this a manipulation
Back
tactic?
to this place.
I'm not going there, but I have every right to speak. So I guess I need to contact Washington or somebody in regards to my contract and things, because this is a government facility. And as it says your housing assistance will be terminated on 11/30/2024. I also have two different client numbers as well. One number is 582213 and another one is 251651. So I had every right in regards to speaking with Gary Baxter again, which is right here, Kenneth Coles, Gary Baxter. Also received an email to reinstate my housing, I guess, I don't know, from Gary Baxter in regards to all that. So I'm just confused, because if I'm forced out on the streets in regards to being homeless and they're trying to pass new laws, then just so hypothetically, of course, thrown back into Harris County against my will, where I was held for 6 months, which is a violation of my constitutional and amendment rights, then it's retaliation. Also, I was told to surrender my inheritance in the direct language while I was being attempted murder by Harris County.
Have you speak to Corey about everything. Just remember, be nice. You get a lot more when you're nice than when you start raising your voice and yelling.
I am a traumatized victim. So if y'all could please work with me in regards to that, because I am a victim of Harris County. I do have a VAWA, of Violence Against Women's Act. It is still in the residence portal and everything. Simmons Urban.
If anyone ever treats you wrong, just tell me and I'll try to do what I can to help you out. In any way, any shape, form, fashion, whatever you know, I'll help you as much as I can. All you got to say is the word.
Also facing my children being, the child expliciting cases.
Okay.
So,
Let's just focus on just signing your
So
bond condition.
I'm going to have you sign the conditions. We'll have you stay with Corey. Just be nice. Hopefully you'll get your housing back if you're nice. That's it. All right. Please.
Let's break down what we just witnessed. This case started as a simple trespassing charge, but revealed so much more about how not to handle yourself in court. The defendant was given one condition: don't return to the housing authority, but spent the entire hearing arguing why she should be allowed to violate it. The judge showed incredible patience, even offering personal advice and promising to help if anyone mistreats her. The key takeaway: your attitude in court can make or break your case. Being right doesn't always matter if you can't communicate respectfully. This defendant's confrontational approach likely sealed her fate before she even walked in. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments about whether the judge's honey versus vinegar advice resonated with you. And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. What's the wildest courtroom behavior you've ever seen? Let us know below.